What is the most inspiring thing I ever said to you?
Don't be an idiot. Changed my life.
Whenever I'm about to do something, I think, would an idiot do that? And if they would, I do not do that thing.
It is remarkable how much long-term advantage people like us have gotten by trying to be consistently not stupid instead of trying to be very intelligent. Charlie Munger. It is rarely that we actually lose due to the brilliance of the competition. Most of our failure comes from our own foolishness. Look, there are different ways of thinking about a problem. Thinking forward and thinking backwards. Select a problem to solve. Example, members of the opposite sex don't find me attractive. Now, if you ask yourself how to attract the opposite sex, that would be a way of thinking forward. If you ask how to repel the opposite sex, that would be a way of thinking backwards. Basically, you take a question and you flip it. Now, let's answer the backwards flipped question as specifically as possible. How to repel the opposite sex? Be disgusting, smell like a hobo, be insecure, overly eager, pushy, be entitled, don't respect boundaries, insult the other person. Now that you have a list of answers, try to avoid these. Let's do another one. Instead of asking how to wake up early, you can ask how to wake up late. Answers would be like stay up all night, eat after 11 p.m., do not set an alarm, do not set a schedule for tomorrow, keep my phone next to me at all times, do not do physical exercise or things that will get me tired, start a new episode of my favorite TV show half an hour before I want to sleep. These are ways that will help me wake up late. So, don't do these things. Instead of burning mental energy trying to figure out very clever ways for you to wake up early, just prevent waking up late, okay? You do less instead of doing more. Now, Johnny Carson, a night show host, was once tasked to talk to a group of university students on the topic of happiness. He didn't really know what to advise them, so he applied the law of inversion. Instead of listing all the ways on how to be happy, he listed all the things on how to be miserable, and told the audience not to fall for such traps. So what are the things that are making you miserable? That would be envy of your friends' accomplishments, envy of your coworkers, your boss. That could be substance abuse, that could be resentment. Harboring resentment for long periods of time really damages your psyche. It makes you weak. So try to apply this to your own set of problems. As human beings, we are quite dumb. Now, Warren Buffett followed this principle for a long time. He often said, be greedy when others are fearful, and fearful when others are greedy. He does the opposite of what others do most of the time, and that seems to work for him. This works in deception as well. It reminds me of few passages from The Art of War. All war is based on deception. Hence, when able to attack, we must seem unable. When using our forces, we must seem inactive. When we are near, we must make the enemy believe we are far away. When far away, we must make him believe we are near. Now, most of the time you can gain advantage by knowing what the majority thinks and experimenting with the opposite views. Try doing the opposite of what others are doing, for instance. So Tim Ferriss, the famous author of the 4-Hour Work Week, for example, noticed that his colleagues used to make sales calls from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and thought of what would happen if he did the opposite for 48 hours. He started calling only from 7 to 8:30 a.m. and 6 to 7:30 p.m. Now Tim said, the experiments paid off. My last quarter in the job, I outsold the entire LA office of our biggest competitor. Now it's your turn. What is your profession or field of study? Pick a common practice or try to flip it on its head. Make it a habit to think of the reasons why people fail instead of why people succeed. Think of the most common mistakes in a specific field, in your field. When investing, when embarking on a relationship, instead of trying to figure out ways on how to maintain a healthy relationship, find ways on how to destroy a relationship and work backwards. So like I said, instead of thinking on how to succeed, think of how not to fail. Instead of adding habits, subtract habits. What habits are sabotaging your progress? If you are a teacher, you can ask yourself, what things I do that make me a horrible teacher? Do less of those. A good way of learning a new language is Googling the list of the most common mistakes. Okay? Remember, half of your mastery of power comes from what you do not do, what you do not allow yourself to get dragged into. Robert Greene. Now, why outsmart an officer with 30 years of experience when you can keep your mouth shut and call a lawyer? Do not underestimate the negative effect of stupidity. Do not underestimate the power and the advantage of not being stupid. Never forget that. So, are you going to try the law of inversion? That would be the question. Answer it in the comment section below. And do all this stuff that you're a smart person. Yeah. If you like another video like this, make sure to watch this video over here. Yes, with the handsome dude, Schopenhauer.